Hey, and welcome back to my podcast. Actually, I haven't posted one yet, so welcome back to Stupid Chantel's podcast, where I can be stupid and I can be Chantel. I was literally struggling to pick a subject for this podcast for so long until Jenna helped me out and she commented on one of my videos to do toxic people and how to get rid of them. So I'm going to do this podcast on advice of how to get rid of them. You may hear the words narcissistic or abuse or something, or I'm just reading off of a piece of paper because, yeah. But a toxic person will gossip behind your back, just saying. That's one of the main keys, but yeah. There is going to be one F word, because I'm going to need to use the F-bomb at least once, so yeah. Okay, let's get started before this takes too long. So, a toxic person is defined as someone who always takes advantage of others in the name of friendship. Yep, in the name of friendship, they call it friendship, but then they're overbearing and selfish. And they're literally always seeking favors from you and gossiping behind your back. And if they're not granted the favors he or she gets, then they'll just gossip behind your back more. For instance, some people put up with long-standing emotional abuse from friends. Toxic friends will make you feel bad. They'll make you feel miserable. Your whole life will be just misery. You know that friend that is emotionally demanding and in a consistent way? Or a one-sided competitor with you? Always ready to compete with something you do? Ways to get rid of a friend is to be honest. But don't phrase someone out by saying, "That fucking sucks. I told you I needed that F-bomb." But that's the only F-bomb in this, so don't worry. So if you say that, that makes you no better than the toxic friend. If you really want to get rid of them, delete their contacts and block any way they could reach you and talk you back into the friendship. Now, you don't want back into that toxic friendship. Literally, it makes your life 100% better. But you always need to make an effort to make new friends. It always helps. But remember not to re-engage or they will end up your friend again, and you don't want that. What I always struggled with was to put myself first. I'd rather tell them that I didn't want to be their friend than wait. One thing I suggest is planning it ahead. Planning what you're going to do. For instance, when I had a toxic friend, I kind of wrote down who I was going to block and who was going to be blocked so that I didn't get attacked or bullied in a way. And the people you think are the best of friends normally end up the toxic people. If you know that you're in a toxic friendship, you should really get out of it because it's not good for your mental state. So this podcast is going to be on advice, I guess, because a lot of people seek advice and I'm kind of good at that, but who knows? Maybe one day I could be famous, but I don't really want to be famous, to be honest, though. I would rather do a podcast than be famous. But it's always going to be Stupid Chantel because I'm just stupid in general. So, yes. So basically just ignore anything that they do. That narcissistic friend. They should go from your friend to your ex-friend because you don't need any of that toxicness in your life. It's overbearing and exhausting, and at night all you can think about is what you did wrong because they make their problems your problems. Once you break off from that friend, you'll feel 100% better. I feel so serious talking about this. It's actually making me feel so good. Because I never really get to talk about this to my friends because I always feel awkward. But I make everything awkward, so. By the way, thank you, Jenna, for making this idea so I can give advice for them. Okay, this concludes my podcast. Before I go any further and keep talking like I would, comment if you'd like more podcasts. See you again at Stupid Chantel, where I can be stupid and Chantel.